Welcome everybody, Red Arrow 23 here, got another play to add to the playbook. Today we're going to be doing the Humblepie Core Rush. Let's boom this beach! Chuck is going to help us out. This is Moving Day, our fearless leader. He is going to be showing us the Core Rush on Humblepie. So we've already taken out all the shields, that's normally what we'll do, and then we're going to rush the core. You can go for a free snipe. I usually don't suggest it, but this is an example of a core rush on Humblepie. Sometimes you'll have a lot of cells on the beach. You want to probably try and leave them for the core rusher because they're going to have a whole bunch of shocks to throw. You can sort of do it from any position, but I find that we usually end up doing it from about 9 o'clock, just as a rule of thumb. So before I break it down, we're just going to go all the way through the hit, and you guys can have a watch. So he's just going to be clearing out some cells on the left hand side, collect some GBE. Speed that bit up. The shock launcher did come in range, and then we're just going to be flaring up towards the core. Make sure we hit that nice clean line in between the mines. And then he's going to be up at the 9 o'clock. Hopefully Brick doesn't jump on a boom mine, sacrificing herself for the greater good. And then it looks like we've got a critter shock incoming. Flare the core, and then we can smash it. So there we go. Shocks on everything that needs to be shocked. They're obviously in range, and we're looking for a spot that's going to be out of range of the most amount of splash damage defenses. So there we go. Unfortunately, Brick did not make it. She's a bit starry-eyed right now, but that's okay. So right, let's have another look, and let's break it down a little bit more. So first things first, we're going to use some Zookas to clear some GBE, to collect some GBE. We don't have any defenses in range. Sometimes there could be a rocket launcher here. Usually they're in this back set here. There is usually a shock launcher just in front of this shock launcher. So this will be a shock launcher, a quad of shock launchers. So you just got to watch the range when you're clearing out any cells on the beach. As you see, they did creep in as the shock launcher turned, and then managed to get a shot off before that flare was off. So then we're just doing a flare land right to the bottom of the beach, and trying to land our Zookas as best we can to get them all merging with the Zookas that are already existing that were gathering all that GBE. Then we want to flare up. As soon as we've sent the flare, we can then drop Brick, preferably right in line with where we left the beach. So the reason we flare into this gap is mainly because we want to avoid these mines. We obviously don't want to hit any mines. We can hit these ones, I believe. Yeah, they're all level 21. So we want to hit that gap, and before the Zookas stop and spread, we need to throw the next flare. So the next flare is already up. That's going to be at our finishing spot. These mines have all been cleared for the rear shields, but if they weren't, if you were taking a different path than you already used for the rear shields, you may need to use a previous attack to say smoke. For example, this one, you would probably flare the top right, and then drop a boat of riflemen on the bottom in a perfect line, and you drop the flare first so that the riflemen all start walking straight away, and the front one will die on the first boom mine or take some damage on the first and second mine, and then it will die on the next boom mine. If they were all grouped up, they would all die all at the same time. So it's the same with heavies. So you want to use riflemen for boom mines and heavies for regular mines. They can take a lot of hits. Shock mines, you're a little bit ruined either way, unless you can get a scorcher and just smoke for days. But usually there's not too many shock mines there, and you can sort of BART them out in between. Anyway, so here we go. We have already cleared them out, so we can just move on up. We flared up at the 9 o'clock, and now we're just going to be keeping that smoke in front of Brick. We don't want to lose the delay if we can. That is key in pretty much anything we do, but it will give you a lot more damage. If you lose the delay, that's you're going to have to shock way earlier. Even if you do shock with enough time, you're going to lose that time that it takes them to turn. That's going to cost you at least a shot, one salvo. So here we go. We've got, I think it might be 2 salvos, it depends on the defenses that are around. So we're using a critter smoke. So if you haven't heard of critter smoke, this is what it is. We flared to our point. The Zukas are going to be under the bottom smoke. The top smoke was dropped just before, but with enough delay that once that smoke expires, if anything's under there, everything will target that item, those critters. The reason we want to do this, we want to draw attention away from our Zukas. So we're dropping, so we drop a critter in there, and what that allows us to do is we can now flare onto the core. There's critters above us. They're going to be exposed first, and now we can focus purely on our shocks. Don't have to worry about critters. So we can go shock, 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 shock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we don't have to shock the top rocket launchers. Sometimes there's mortars around here. Don't have to worry about those either, because they're all being distracted by the critters that are just above us. And you can relay those critters as well, but M-Day didn't have to, and he gets the double medkit for the win. Great hit from Moving Day. It is going to vary a lot for your particular layout on Humblepie. Sometimes it's better to rush the core from 6 o'clock. You can either, so we've been interrupted by enemy attack, that's fine. You can either clear the mines on the way up in previous attacks so that you're ready for the core rush, or you can already use that already cleared path and then hop across to 6 o'clock. That will work out too. That's all I got to show you guys in this video. Be sure to comment down below if you do take Humblepie any differently for a core rush, or if you end up free sniping most of the time. Let us know. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video, thumbs down if you didn't, and subscribe for more Boom Beach.